How's it going, you guys? It's Scott with Everyday Home Repairs. Today I want to show you how to remove a one-piece fiberglass tub surround. Now this tub surround came in as one piece, but remember that was done before the framing of the house was done, so that's how they're able to get it in place. So to get it out, it is not going to be going out as one piece. Now I've already removed the glass shower doors, which is a very easy removal with a few screws and a little pry bar. You can get that off and out of your way. So let's jump into it, show you how to minimize the amount of damage you create during the demo process so you can get ready for your multi-piece tub surround like I'm putting in, or if you're tiling your walls. We'll start off with the shower head and the shower arm. You might be able to rotate with your hands counterclockwise. If not, just go ahead and remove the shower head. Use a screwdriver for some leverage and try to rotate it. If not, maybe a combination of slip joint pliers and also a screwdriver. You can get that to loosen up like I got there, and then you can just rotate that and remove it from the fitting. Now we'll remove the handle for the mixing valve. Usually that's just one screw and you can wiggle it and remove it from the valve itself. And then just a couple more mounting screws will usually loosen up your trim piece. And then moving on to the tub spout, I'll use some groove joint pliers from Knipex and rotate it counterclockwise to remove it from the nipple. Now, one thing to note about tub spout is there's multiple different ways to attach a tub spout to your plumbing. This one has pipe thread, a shallow pipe thread that attaches at the base of the tub spout. You can also have same pipe thread, but it's going to be a longer nipple and it's actually going to thread up to the front of the tub spout. Then you can also have the slip on where you need an Allen key or a small screwdriver to loosen up on the bottom. So if you feel a hole in there and you probably have an Allen key that you need to loosen up, and then that's going to slip off the copper piping. And then there's also the Delta adapter. That's by far my favorite, and that is also going to thread on, and that one should be pretty easy to remove. So last thing to remove is the drain. Now here there is a cross pattern in the bottom, and having this specialty tool is going to make this job so much easier. Now if you do not have this specialty tool and you need to get the job done, what I would do is I'd get two large screwdrivers, a larger one than this, and then I would put them in a cross pattern and then use those to pry loose the drain. You're going to have to work a little bit more at it, but that can also loosen up your drain if you do not have that specialty tool and you just need to get this out. And then it's just always a best practice before going into demo when you have an open drain to go ahead and plug that drain with some paper towels or some shop towels to reduce the amount of stuff that's going to get down in your drain while you're tearing out this tub surround. And now I'm just going to use that 1x10. You can offset however much you want, but this is going to offset about 9¼ inches. This is going to be my cut line where I'm going to cut the drywall with an oscillating tool, getting a nice clean cut, which will set me up for future drywall work. And now I do want to take off this trim around the window, and I'm also going to have to remove the window sill to make sure I get the drywall up behind that windowsill when I'm placing back in my multi-piece tub surround and also the drywall. And then I'll just extend that line out, which will be my cut line on the window side. Now using my oscillating tool with just a beat up wood blade, pretty much any blade will work for this drywall, I'll go along, just cutting along the line. And then once I have my cuts, I will start to remove the drywall, getting as big as pieces out as possible. But again, trying to reduce the amount of drywall damage, because anything I damage now, I'm just going to have to fix later on. And I'll cut along the longer backside and then along the valve side. And then that bead there, metal corner bead, I do want to cut. I cut it with a metal blade on my Sawzall because I'm going to have to take that metal bead off, as I'm going to have to replace this small strip of drywall when I get the new surround in. And there's that metal bead. I'll just go ahead and pull it off the wall, again trying to minimize the amount of damage. Now if you want to reduce the amount of debris and dust, don't forget you can use a shop vac like this and just hold it right on the bottom side of your oscillating tool or as close as you can. So now I have all the drywall that I need removed and everything's cleaned up. The last part is to actually get this tub surround out. The way I'm going to do that is with my Sawzall, my Makita Sawzall with a metal Diablo blade. Now it has a very short throw. I don't want a long blade because I don't want a blade going deep into the wall cavity where I might have a piece of Romex or a vent for a drain pipe. Although when you cut out your drywall above, that really gives you a good indication of what you have going through the wall cavity. You still can't see behind that tub surround, so you do need to be cautious. My plan of attack is to remove the side wall, the back wall, and the other side wall, and then try to get the base out in one piece. We'll see if that works. And I'm going to make my cut lines on corners or any pieces that are actually offset away from that wall cavity. Again, the blade's probably not even going to go into the wall cavity because these are offset so much. And then last thing, I try to cut on all the bump outs. Now, whether that's a corner or maybe a soap tray, anything that's bumped out away from the wall cavity, that's a good place to cut because then less of your blade is going to go into that wall cavity. And again, you're trying to reduce any chances of things getting damaged that you do not want to get damaged. All right, so now it's time to make some cuts. It's important both for the drywall work and also when cutting this fiberglass, make sure you have a mask on and also eye protection. You'll complete your cuts as much as possible, but if you have a little bit of fiberglass left over, it's not a huge deal. You can usually break that off pretty easily. So we'll remove the few screws that are mounting the surround to the studs, and then once those are removed, you can just pry your side panel off and set it off to the side. Now you want to be cautious with all your cuts, especially one like this at the top of the tub, bottom of the wall. That is where Romex could be running through the wall. So you just want to be careful and make sure that blade isn't going deep into the wall cavity and is going more vertical than in and out into the wall cavity. Same thing, this is almost loose even without removing the nails. But you'll just pry a few of those nails off and you'll be able to easily remove the back panel. And you can see there is a piece of Romex there, so that is why we are cautious. So same thing with this one, depending on what you're going to be doing with the plumbing, be careful, especially if you still have your water on. I'm expecting you to have the water off, but be careful around those water lines as you cut. Now, my tub's pretty much free. Now yours might be a little more attached to the floor, but overall should come out pretty easy. Now, if you ever want to know what tool I'm using, like the Makita oscillating tool here, or these groove notch pliers from Knipex, which are awesome and have replaced my use of channel locks, just look down below the video. You'll see a link to our Amazon store. I always keep that list of tools updated as I find new tools that are great for DIYers, and it's no additional cost to you, but it does help out the channel, so that's greatly appreciated. Now, if you want to see more on this bathroom remodel, check out this video right here and it'll go through the start to finish of a $1,500 budget bathroom remodel, which is perfect for DIYers. So thanks for joining me on this video and we'll catch you on that next one. Take care.